have with my life. And I tell them, do you want the honest answer or do you want me to finesse this for you? So give me the honest answer. You're the honest person. And this is what I tell them. I said, part of the reason why you're so empty and unfulfilled in your life is because you have stacked your life with a bunch of superficial people that have no substance. I said, my life changed, and the depth and the fulfillment of my life changed when I began to fill my life with individuals that understood that life is about depth and meaning and significance, and that you need people in your life that are working on themselves just as you're working on yourself. Because what happens is if you keep working on yourself and doing work on yourself, but you're surrounding yourself with people that are not doing work on themselves, you're going to outgrow those relationships. And then you're going to try to connect with people that are not growing, and it's going to create this great frustration and dissatisfaction in your life. And so the best way for me to be is I have always continued to grow as an individual, and I have surrounded myself with people that are going to keep growing, and that way those relationships are more rewarding and fulfilling in my life. And as you've heard me say before, I don't have a huge circle of friends anyway. I hear some people talk and they have like 7 million friends, and, you know, I don't get into that discussion with them. You know how I feel about that. But, you know, those select few that I do consider friends in my life, they're quality people, and they're people that are continually growing and developing and becoming the greatest and best version of themselves while I'm still growing as a person as well. And we're able to grow together, and we're able to build together. And I think it's so important that you take inventory of your relationship constellation, and you make sure that you don't have a bunch of placeholders in your life, but that you have people of value in your life. I really want you to get that. This is not really in my outline, but I feel like I should say this. Do not fill your life with a bunch of placeholders. Get people of value in my life. You're talking to somebody who wrote the book, took the cruise, got the T-shirt, does the infomercial. I know you can, when you're not healthy and you're dysfunctional, you can just be desperate and you can just fill your life with all kind of toxic people, and it can just erode and corrode the quality of your life, steal your peace, take your joy, take away all forms of contentment in your life, and you don't need that. I mean, life has enough challenges of its own than to build your life in such a way that you create your own challenges and opposition. So put people of value around you. And let me say this. If you want people of value around you, you have to become a person of value. I'm looking at so much of social media, and I just have to log off because everybody is so deep and philosophical and get rid of the toxic people in your life. And I'm laughing like, but you're the toxic person. So how can you tell everybody else to get rid of toxicity and you're toxic? You know, I mean, it sounds good. It's good clickbait. It gets you some likes and followers. But we got a lot of toxic people trying to tell other people to get rid of toxic people. You have to become a person of value before you can expect value in the relationships in your life. And we have a lot of people that are not really bringing anything to the table, but they're demanding all of these other things from other people. I'm not going to go there. A shallow life is a life that is lived beyond, that is not lived, beyond the shore. Let me say it again. A shallow life is a life that is not lived beyond the shore. And so, on the other hand, a deeper life begins with having the courage to live beyond the shore. One of the things I had to notice in my life, and as you've heard me say, 2023 has been a very rewarding year, but also a very challenging year because I have been forced all the way out of my comfort zone on so many levels. This year has pushed me and pushed me and pushed me beyond personal limits and self-limiting beliefs and perceptions, but it has also produced tremendous growth in my life, and there has been like this explosion of wisdom that has come from these seasons and from the lessons. But one of the things I know, and I don't know about you, but we can become very much creatures of habit, and we don't like to get outside of our comfort zone. We like doing things a certain way, and we've always done it this way. And as you've heard me say, if you do the same, you get the same. If you do different, you get different. And what different thing are you going to do that's going to shift the direction of your life? I believe that was one of the most powerful epiphanies I ever had, that you have to do something different. People make resolutions, they set goals and intentions for every year, and every year is a repeat of the year before. There's nothing that they are doing different, but they're expecting different outcomes and results. And so you have to leave the shore. If you've ever been to the beach, you know that the shore is the safest place. And that is, you launch out into the ocean and into the deeper water. There are more risks that you have to account for. And because of that, a lot of us are very risk averse, and we don't want to venture out into those unknown waters. But let me tell you something. You miss out on a whole lot in life by playing it safe, by being small, by not daring to play a bigger game. And it's really time for you to leave the shores of familiarity and to launch out into the deep and to discover. Let me tell you something about going into the unknown. You discover great things about yourself. You realize that you're capable of more, you're stronger, you have the capacity to do more and be more. You discover and develop new relationships. You find a new love and appreciation for yourself, a new value for your gifts and what you contain. I could go on and on. There's so much that you learn by leaving the shore that you'll never learn staying in the shallow waters of what's comfortable for you. And most people will admit that they like the comfort that comes with living in their comfort zone. And so, it may feel very comfortable for you, but it's crippling you, and it's robbing you of the change and the breakthroughs and the growth and the development and the mastery and all of the great things that have been destined for your life, but you will never discover them until you dare to launch out into the deep waters, into the life that is really beckoning you and that you've been destined to live. The problem with that is that comfort is the enemy of change. Let me say that again. Comfort is the enemy of change. And so at some point in our lives, we really have to ask ourselves a very important question. Do I want to be comfortable or do I want to change my life? And this is something that when I'm having conversations with people, I really ask them about, because they say to me with their words, and I want you to really hear the emphasis that I'm putting here. They say to me with their words that they want to change this area of their lives or change their business or change their relationship constellation or change their success trajectory or whatever the endeavor is. But what I also hear is that while they say they want to change this, what they show me is that they're not willing to do the necessary things to change it, because they keep giving me excuses for why they can't do the thing that they say they want to do. And you know what I feel about excuses. Excuses are monuments and shrines that we build in mediocrity and a second-class version of ourselves. And so you can keep giving yourself the excuses, but at the end of the day, the excuses are not moving you any closer to the life that you want. And more importantly, the excuses are standing in the way of the evolution of you becoming who you were created and destined to be. I can't stay there either. More importantly, comfort will always cripple your progress. Let me say that. Comfort will always cripple your progress. And so you have to make a quality decision that you are going to get uncomfortable. You got to do something out of the box, get out of your comfort zone, get out of what is familiar to you, and to embrace the life that you've been destined and created to live. As we embark upon this new series, I want to challenge you to look at yourself so that you can ultimately challenge how you show up in the world. You know, a lot of times we're waiting for the world to change when the real change needs to take place on the inside of us. I talk to so many people. I'm going to change the world. I'm going to influence culture and society. And I look at their lives and I look at the imbalance